Welcome to my review of my own riding test. This was the Institute of Advanced Motorists here in the UK, and they're a volunteer organisation, charity run. So the instructor or tester, if you like, running behind me or riding behind me is a volunteer. Great, nice guy and an old GS, old GS, and he's doing this in his own time, with his own fuel. Very grateful for him doing this test. This was at the conclusion, if you like, or hopefully the conclusion, if I pass, of a riding school course with the IAM, with another volunteer local to me who is an instructor and would take me out, follow me, give me feedback, give me things to work on to get ready for this test. I also did a mock test, which highlighted some issues which I had to work on, went back to my instructor, we worked through those. In a moment, we'll get through to the point where I did get marked down on something. But until we get there, let's just highlight that there is this full video without me chatting over it at normal speed. This is obviously not normal speed, and that will be linked up somewhere, either in the description or the top right. It was a horrendous day of weather. It really was. You just saw there was flooding, it was raining, it was cold. These aren't the conditions I like to ride in, but hey, it was test day. I wanted to get it done. In an area I sort of know, it's around Oxford, you might recognise some of this. But we're about to come up, I think, to the section that I got wrong. No, we're not. We're carrying on. I did actually pass this test, which was great. But in my concluding comments, which will happen in a moment, it left me wondering, if I'm honest. What I have concluded from the IAM course is it's more about roadcraft than actual motorcycle control. If you want to focus on that, you need a different course. There were a few things with the way they wanted you to control the motorcycle, which I didn't feel very comfortable. What I'd learned on other courses didn't really sink in, didn't feel natural, didn't feel the safest way to control the motorbike. But roadcraft, the speed, your approach, your observation, where to put the motorcycle, all of those things, brilliant training course for that. It's a great way to get started. It's very cheap, great bunch of people to go out on rides with. But here we go. This is what I got marked down on. So I'm approaching a right-hand turn here. It's not a difficult junction. It's a little bit complex, you can see, with junctions in different places along this road stretch. I'm turning right here with this garage. I wasn't entirely sure of this junction, never ridden it before, and I could see some potholes, etc., so I go a bit wide. If you look in the rear view there, you can rewind it back, you'll notice he didn't go wide, but I did. So I got marked down on that. Now, honestly, when I did that, I did think, maybe I'd do that differently if I went to it a second time. But I figured that it would come up as a result. I figured I'd failed. And honestly, up to this stage of the test, and well into the test, I had kind of assumed I hadn't passed. I don't like riding in the wet. I don't particularly like riding on unfamiliar roads. Not this sort of roads. I don't do town riding. I'd never planned to commute on a motorcycle. I do it for pleasure. I do it for developing the skill of riding. So the test, nitty-gritty of every marking, watching all for the signs, it left me very unnatural on the bike. Very stiff, just very unnatural. So I was very surprised that I passed with a first, which is the highest level of passing of this test you can do. I felt for an advanced motorcycle test, and the way I rode, I didn't even pass, let alone pass with commendation. So for this reason, I felt it was time to move on. I'd completed the course, it was good. I'd recommend it for new riders and for riders starting to ride again after a long period of time. It will make you a safer rider, and for its value, the instruction is brilliant. However, for actual motorcycle control, a different course is needed, and I wanted to focus more on the control of the motorcycle and not the roadcraft. So, shortly after this, my membership expired and I didn't renew, and there are many other courses I could recommend. But my conclusion to this, it was the fact that the test really wasn't hard enough. Their control and discussion over braking into corners and their further development was enough for me to say, thank you very much, but I'm moving on now. I hope this has proved helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again on another episode of this channel.